An Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. Kasey? You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Hello, everybody. Pardon my pausing, but the fact that I literally hit the button to play the movie intro 3 times and it still didn't start. But who's complaining?
Damn technology.
We are back. We are definitely fuck technology. Edit privacy, public. We are good to go. We are back. We are happy to be here. All tears and sorrow from last week aside, we're going to get back to what we are all here for, and that's Stephen King Birthday Bonanza. But before we get into all of that, this is An Evening at the Movies. You know the show. You know the drill. Stale popcorn, watered down sodas, all of our favorite movies and why we love them. And alongside for the ride again this week, everybody's favorite co-host. Welcome back, co-host.
Thanks. Sorry. Glad to be back.
Off her draft win on Tuesday.
Heck yeah. I'm excited I won that one.
I will say this.
Your first week back and I have a veto.
I swear to God, on my first draft back in freaking forever, if you veto one of my, especially because I know what my number one choice is going to be for the one topic, I swear to God, and that would be the one that you fucking veto too. If you veto it, I'm coming to Texas and I am whooping that ass.
Okay. Well, I have to use it on somebody. I only get it the one episode, so we'll see.
Shanna.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only one that might overlap is the, fictional characters that would be good in bed. I could see me and Kendra both picking Jim Halpert.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, if you pick
my
Jim
number and one choice?
No, sorry. You don't get Jim. I get Jim. Sorry.
Oh, no. I'm talking my personal heterosexual number one choice. If you veto that shit.
Okay. I thought you were trying to say Jim was your number one. I was like, I don't know why, but okay. No. Whatever Twister Knickers.
The hard part of that one is trying to pick 3 people that can,
get it.
Not heterosexually get it. But, it's not the first time we've done shit like this. So it'll be fun. It's a good topic for me to be back on. So
yeah,
I'm excited. I know you all missed. Well, at least one of you missed me, but we'll get to that on Tuesday. And that one person is getting his ass whipped. Oh, fuck. No, because it freaking. Where did he comment?
I don't know.
It didn't pop up on my damn screen.
Well, Chancey says knife fight over it. I prefer like a dance fight. Let's dance fight it out.
Oh, no. Because I, like Brandon Walsh, dance like a white person.
I can't dance anyway because of my ankle. So knife fight it is. Thanks, Chancey. I didn't think Twitter comments showed up. I wonder if that's
because they don't show up on my screen.
I'm over here on the side looking in comments, and I see both of his comments. That's weird.
Like,
I guess if you pay for the blue check mark, the comments show up.
Oh, the thing didn't. I've got 2 Okay, So yes, I do have comments from Chansey. They just didn't pop up with the little number next to the chat bubble thing. So
Oh,
welcome,
gotcha.
Chansey. Thank you for joining us. You could freaking say fuck work and be here with us anyway, but I digress. And I will gladly knife fight a co-host over my number one choice. And tune in Tuesday night to find out what my number one choice is, because I know good and hell well that would be Amanda's top of her non-hetero choices as well.
Hmm. If you're gonna say Rachel Green, no, that's not towards my top.
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll find out. I'm not. I mean, I'm not trying to steal it unless it was Jim. Which again, why I don't know why, but whatever. Jim is mine.
I would do it just to fuck with you.
Well, I have a veto, so I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Get the damn veto out of the freaking way.
Anyway,
And of course, Chansey refuses to pay to verify himself. But
well,
we will
Kasey
verify you,
Kasey
Chansey,
paid to
because
verify it. And even to get the movies. I mean,
I did only because I want to be able to
yeah,
go live on Twitter, and we get a lot of our amazing numbers each week on
yeah.
Twitter. Amanda can choose jack shit. Don't take her side, Chansey Grive.
You be quiet.
I will not be
Anyway,
quiet. That would make for a very unentertaining episode, because then it'd just be you talking.
you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
So, like I said, back on topic. It's Stephen King Birthday Bonanza Quattro month.
Hmm.
So we are doing. We've done Doctor Sleep. We've done Christine and Firestarter with Sexual Chocolate himself, Andre, and we've got Amanda's favorite Harvandre. We have two Stephen King Birthday Bonanza episodes left before we move on to Halloween Horror Fest 2024, which I am excited for. But before we do that, we have to get to these last two episodes. And this one, I feel like in my heart, the co host might have some good stuff to talk about. Next week, I make no promises.
I already watched like the first half, and I have to finish it, but that movie is terrible. We're talking about the Stand miniseries, the original. Yeah, I don't know. And I did break the news just now on the bracket review that Shanna and I gave up on the Stand as far as reading it. So we're gonna move on to October's book, I guess. Which I couldn't remember the name of it when we were talking, but if anybody's listening and you care what we're reading for Literature Reapers, it's called Deadly Occupants. And it just came out this month.
And it's only available on Kindle.
Yeah. Do you think I should pick something else that's more accessible for everybody? Maybe I should. All right, we'll talk about it later.
Well, I
Chansey,
mean,
we
we
are also
have,
for Halloween Horror Fest. Oh,
and I'll catch you on the flip side. I go, no, fuck work.
see you
It is
tonight, Chansey.
Friday. You ain't got a job, and you ain't got shit to
Got
do.
shit to do.
So you can stay and freaking hang out with us. It's all cool. But I digress. Yes, definitely see you tonight, Chansey. For Well, I mean, I'll let Amanda get to that in the conclusion, because
Okay.
we'll always do the shameless plugs at the end. So, like I said, two more episodes. We got Cat's Eye today, and then next week ish, depending upon my availability for recording. Um, Amanda knows why things are up in the air, and I'm not at liberty to discuss that in public right now. But we will go from there. But we will figure it out, and we will as promised, at least get you a discussion on the 1994 miniseries of The Stand, which is not as bad as Amanda says it is. Again, not the worst Stephen King movie out there.
No, not at
It
all.
just may not be everybody's cup of tea. So, and um, obviously, indubitably, because it's not a conversation with Chansey without it indubitably popping up from time to time. So, Cat's Eye. So, um, before we get into the discussion, April 12th, 1985, Cat's Eye came into the world, directed by Louis Teague, released by MGM UA, um, United Artists. It had a $7 million budget, made 13.1 back in the box office. Um, Not available to stream anywhere in the world, but if you want to, you can rent it wherever you rent your movies for for between $3.69 and $3.99, or you can just buy it for $6.99 or between $6.99 and $9.99. So, game time. Are we ready?
I guess.
I have a tomato meter score, and
Okay.
I have a, I guess they're calling it popcorn meter score now.
Oh, okay.
So the the audience score has been renamed the popcorn meter. It's
Interesting.
Rotten Tomatoes, but it's
You never
popcorn.
know.
Go figure. Again, we at An Evening at the Movies do not endorse the website of the Rotten Tomatoes. We gladly say, what do we say, co-host?
Oh, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. You
I love
say a
how
tomato.
literally you come back on
Say
camera
a
and
tomato.
you're just like stretching and like you need to warm up to say the fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Warm up so I can punch them in their faces. Fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. Grr. Okay.
Well, I feel like this might be one of those rare times where the ratings may be fairly accurate, but I won't spoil it anymore. Tomato meter and popcorn meter guess. What you
Okay.
got for me?
Sorry, I am texting my brother because I forgot that he loves this movie. This movie was a childhood favorite of ours, so I sent him the link. I really have no idea about this one, but I'm gonna aim low. I'm gonna say popcorn meter 53%.
Being the audience meter.
Right. And tomato meter, I'm gonna say 39%.
So, what was your tomato meter?
Tomato 39. And audience, now I already forgot. Did I
You
say
were off.
54? I can't remember what I said.
Oh no, you said 50, you said 53, and I'll get to that in a second.
Oh,
Your
okay.
tomato meter was way the fuck off
Okay.
by a full 30%, 69% on the tomato meter,
Nice. Okay. Okay.
and
Surprises
you
me.
were not off, off by even the slightest on the popcorn meter. The popcorn meter
What,
was
I got it.
53%
Oh
on
my God. Sorry.
100% right on 25,000 plus rate reviews. Cat's Eye got a 53%.
I can't believe the tomato
So
meter is higher. That's crazy.
I
But whatever.
feel like, and I'm going to save a lot of my thoughts for the review portion of the show, but I feel like this was definitely a movie that was 100% more. It was probably going to get a higher score from the audience than
Yeah.
the critics
That's what I
because
would have
this
thought.
isn't really geared towards the critic type of movie. Like
Mm-mm.
The Green Mile or movies like that are going to be more geared towards getting a favorable critic score. Not that the audience wouldn't love them and give them a favorable score as well, but
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Like Shawshank, Green Mile, Misery, blah 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 blah. The classics. So, I, already, are you ready to let the amazing audience, the hundreds, know what this movie is about?
Yeah, I mean, I think this might be the easiest one I've ever had to do. Cat's Eye. Um, it's an anthology horror film of three different stories that are all linked together by a stray cat, an adorable little tabby. That's it.
It's. I mean, I hadn't really thought about it until literally, like, I'm getting everything set up to send the link to Amanda like 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, this movie kind of sort of took was like this movie walked so Pulp Fiction could run. It's got like the three stories that have like one small dynamic
Yeah,
that connect it together at the genitals.
just a cute little tabby cat.
Probably not an appropriate metaphor.
Probably not.
I mean, it's yeah. So, so like Amanda said, it's basically three stories. So, do we want to start with the first fucked up story?
Yeah, I did want to before we did that kind of just talk about some of the cool little Easter eggs for other movies slash books that are in this because there's a lot. Um, which is a thing
Well,
King does,
it
and we
doesn't
all
take
know
very
that.
long for the first one to pop up.
Yeah, I mean you got Cujo and Christine immediately. And then you got James Woods watching the Dead Zone going, who writes this shit or whatever. Um,
Right? Well, I mean, the man paying your paycheck, motherfucker.
yeah. And then his clock, I think it's still the James Woods story. His clock in the middle of the night says 3:17. So like that's a shining
Hmm.
thing. And then the mom at the last story is reading Pet Cemetery. Those were the only ones I picked up on, but are there more or does that sound about right? I don't know. I just think it's so cool
That
how he does that.
that that's pretty close to being accurate. I mean, we're still very early in the development of the Stephen King universe, so there wasn't a whole lot to go off of for like if they wanted to do this now, oh god, they could literally just Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg.
Yeah, but then it takes away too much from the movie. So I thought this had a good amount of them
Exactly,
while
and
not distracting from the story. Sorry.
which is an interesting story slash concept in itself because you literally have um, Quitters Inc., The
Hmm.
Ledge, and then
General.
the original story. Yeah, the general,
Yeah.
where but literally it's all basically the cat traveling through each story to get to being spoiler alert, but it's 40 years old, so at this point I don't care.
Yeah.
Be Drew Barrymore's savior. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess in a way that's kind of sort of another Easter egg is literally it's I don't remember the date, but Drew Barrymore was back to back in Stephen King movies back in
Yeah.
'85 as well. So shout out to Ms. Barrymore, who is more than welcome anytime she wants to come on an evening at the movies. She will be gladly welcomed, so that we can one
Uh,
up Tim Arnold and beat Steven Weber to his
yeah.
knees.
All right. So Quitters Inc. is story number one.
Yeah.
And
So
these
you
first
got
two are from Night Shift, right? And then the
Yes.
third one's an original story. Okay, yeah.
So the whole basic premise of Quitters Inc. is James Woods um, signs up for a program to help him quit smoking, and the whole idea behind the program is they do very fucked up things to you if you stumble at all in your quitting process. Like they will shock your wife, they will kidnap your daughter, and I believe they
They
said
will
the
rape your
third
wife.
offense they will rape your wife, and then they tongue in cheek, wink, wink. It has never gotten to a step four before.
Yeah, because then we give
So,
up. I I can't
well,
believe
I think he did finally say step four is, you know, pop a
he
cap
said
in
we
your
give up
ass.
and shows him the gun. Yeah,
Yeah, which is
this
a
was so
fucked up
shocking.
way to try and quit.
Man, I'm sorry. We're on a delay, I think. So I'm trying not to talk over you, but I
Of course
feel like
we
we're
are.
delayed. Um, this story was really, really brutal. Like, I mean, the guy saying, we're gonna have someone rape your wife. We have a demented guy that we keep around here for just such occasions. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, well,
And
and you kind of sort of get a foreshadow with that when he's filling out his paperwork at the beginning, and the one guy is
yes,
sitting on the other side of the room, and then his wife comes out, and she got her hair all looking like the Bride of Frankenstein,
yeah,
and then he tries to kind of sort of put his arm around her, and she all just starts beating him up with her the freaking purse
yeah,
as they're walking. It's like, okay, what the hell's going on? But I had read the book before I'd seen the movie or the novel or the
mm,
novella, short story, whatever you want to call it, before I saw. But yeah, it's like, okay, that's kind of fucked up, lady. Your husband's trying to quit smoking, and then you get the
yes,
oh, I see why now.
yeah. I like how it circles back around, and then you kind of get it from the ending when he's joking with the guy about, oh, we'll come over and cut off your wife's little finger. And he was like, ha ha ha, you kill me, that's hilarious. And then they're having dinner with their friends, and he sees the wife who's missing part of her pinky finger. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
You-
it's anybody who knows Stephen King should know that he writes fucked up shit.
This story was super fucked up.
That's just, well, I mean, even The Ledge isn't a totally by the book, clean as a whistle,
No,
non fucked up story
but
either.
like threatening rape and torturing animals and cutting off people's limbs, like it's just woo, they really want you to stick to not smoking. You know what I think was a huge missed
It,
opportunity here? Be- I feel, and I haven't read the story, so, but I feel like if I was going to read the story or if I was going to write this out more, I would make it okay. So at the very beginning, when his friend drops him off, his friend knows exactly what he's signing this guy up for. So I feel like they should have played more into the this is a MLM kind of thing, and because they never really say like you have to recruit people or whatever, but clearly you do because otherwise, why would that guy have brought his friend? Like, so I'm like, this is definitely some kind of MLM scheme thing. Like I would like them to play more on that too. Like, how many people do you have to recruit before you stop dismembering my wife? Like,
well, no, because again, spoiler alert: the wife with the missing pinky at the end of the movie. That's that's friend's wife.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So
but
I
yeah,
feel
there's.
like
I
recruitment
feel
has
like
to be
there's
part of
definitely more. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely more to the story that they could flesh out
it. Yeah.
if they wanted to make. I'm not saying it would be like a whole 3 hour long mega masterpiece like you know the Green Mile or Shawshank or whatever, but I think they could probably turn Quitters Inc. into its own like
I think so too.
90-ish minute long movie.
I think so too.
Especially so it it's definitely fucked up, and at the same time, I would say I would venture to say probably the most fucked up of the three
Yeah.
stories, just because
That
of the fact, and I know James Woods doesn't know what he's getting into when he signs the contract, and as soon as he starts to get wind of it, he's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out,"
yeah, he
and
should have tried
threatens
harder to
calling the
leave.
cops and all of that. Uh, I mean, technically, he was behind a locked door, and
That's true. That's true. And by that time they already had everything about him, so um
yeah,
that party scene was wild. Like, I don't know if Stephen
all the
King helped
smoking
come.
and the alcohol and the drugs.
Well, yeah, and just the people and their faces and all that. Like, it was very like, I'm on coke and I'm gonna write this story out. It was definitely
I
trippy.
believe wasn't that the first moment that the creepy stalker song popped up in this movie?
Yes, yes. Every
Spoiler
breath
alert,
you take.
that may not be the last time that you hear us talk about the creepy stalker song in this
No,
episode.
that was a great song for that scene too, because he's realizing that yes, they are watching him all the time. And you got the one guy on the stairs singing along with it. I'll be watching you, and he's like looking him dead in the eye. It's great.
Well, it's like even the one time that where he's in the car and you see him relapse,
Yeah.
and then he's literally like hiding below the window, and he peeks his head up, and bam, the creepy weirdo is sitting there in a convertible in traffic, just you know,
That made my
"Mm,
heart skip a beat.
I
Yeah.
see you."
When that I was like, "Oh, fuck." I mean, you knew he was gonna get caught, obviously, but, like, that was just a really good way to show it, I thought.
Well, King's not going to write about prospective punishments and then not have you suffer in some way, shape, or
Oh,
form.
exactly, exactly.
Especially this is still deep into his cocaine and alcohol
Yeah,
portion of his life. So we're still probably a good 5 years away from the intervention and the rehab. So
yeah,
definitely fucked up stuff happening in that man's mind.
yeah. I did have a
So
favorite quote from, this story that I thought was really funny. Um, at towards the end when they're trying to, like, capture him or whatever, and the goofy
mhm.
guy is like, "Ooh, the cat," and then the main guy's like, "Forget the cat, you hemorrhoid." I was like, "That's such a random insult."
Yeah,
It
well,
was funny.
there definitely random stuff that gets thrown out throughout King dialogue, whether it was
Mhm.
written into the book or whether just written into the screenplay or not. I mean, we're also right at the same time where he made his directorial debut and directed Maximum Overdrive
Mm,
and
love that one.
made his cameo appearance trying to get money out of the ATM machine.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my most favorite King lines of all time.
What does he say?
It's like
I forgot.
I'm paraphrasing, but Sweetums, the machine just called me a dumbass or something like that.
Oh, yeah. And he's got, like, the accent too. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and he's got like this big like sun hat and stupid sunglasses on. It was just not necessarily directly funny, but like if you appreciate Stephen King the way that Amanda and I do,
Yeah.
it's something that, haha, that's kind of funny.
And
So,
I feel like a lot of sorry, a lot of King's writing has a lot of and again, they were for the time. Like in the 80s, someone calling you a hemorrhoid would have been like an insult. Like you because
mhm.
it was just a thing people didn't really talk about, and they'd be like, ew, gross. But I feel like a lot of his books, Richie and It has so many, like when Beverly's talking about how they need to fight, and he's like, "Excuse me, but who invited Molly Ringwald?" Like, burn. And so actually,
Yeah.
this movie and that are what helped me. So for anybody watching, we're doing a live sip list tonight. Um, and one of the two topics I had suggested was um, best insults from a horror movie. And watching this today is what made me think of that. Forget the cat, you hemorrhoid. uh,
I feel like I feel like that definitely could be a future episode going forward as well. But I also feel like I could almost do my entire top 5 list just on Randyisms alone from Scream
yeah, he
because
was
that's what
a,
Randy does.
yeah. What did he say? A pussy ass wet rag. Like, okay. You know what one of my favorites is?
So
Okay, this is off topic. I know it's off topic, but real quick, one of my favorites, if we ever do this, I have to include is in Scream. I believe it's Scream 6, the first one that has Samantha and Tara, and they're in Woodsboro. Um, where Sydney's on the stairs at Stu's house at the end, and the guy's talking to her, and she's like, "I'm bored." Click. I love that. She's like, "Fuck you, Ghostface."
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, those newer Scream movies that came out, I didn't have a whole lot of hope for, but was definitely pleasantly surprised with how much I actually enjoyed them.
Yeah,
So I'm curious to see the new one when it comes out,
yeah,
but we'll talk about that later as well. I feel like possibly next month when Scream 2 rears its ugly little head during Halloween Horror Fest.
hmm
But so, The Ledge.
yes. Oh, the
What
ledge.
can you say about a freaking dumbass getting forced out onto the ledge of a penthouse and forced to walk around the entire building and have all kinds of freaking fucked up shit happen to him while he's trying to do it?
This was
I,
so sadistic. Like, that crime boss, mafia guy, whatever, is a sadistic psychopath.
yeah. Uh, so the hitch in the giddy up is this ledge is not very freaking wide.
I
It's obviously the top of a skyscraper in
think it's New York.
if I remember correctly, I think it was New York. So, elevation leads to, winds and things of that nature. So, you know, it's obviously not going to be an easy task to inch yourself around a Manhattan skyscraper without falling.
And you know how strong the wind is up there? Like, oh. So,
Well, on top of it, you have sadistic freaking pigeons that like to peck at your feet too.
so this is the movie that triggered my fear of birds, especially pigeons. That every time I've watched this, and like I said, this movie was just like a favorite of me and my brother. We watched so many shitty movies in the 80s just like over and over. But every time,
The
what?
80s was a shitty movie decade.
Yeah. But so shitty they're good.
Yeah, no,
Watching,
I wasn't saying they were bad.
yeah. Watching those pigeons peck at his feet while he's trying to walk, I swear to God, I could feel that when I watched it. And I felt that way when I
Mhm.
watched it again yesterday too. I was like I could just feel it like pecking at like this. There's other movies, but this certainly launched my fear of birds because this guy's trying not to fall off, 30, 40 stories high, and these pigeons are pecking at his ankles, and you can like see blood, like they're breaking through the sock and they're pecking at his feet, and it's just ugh.
The pigeon has a big pecker.
Wah wah.
That quote may or may not come up in the but the next portion of the show. But um but yeah, no, I well, and even the like wink wink portion of that is like he gets to a point where there's like a little alcove where he can kind of sort of come in and get away from the wind,
Yeah.
and he ends up punting the damn bird off the building. Mm,
Yeah.
did he though?
I don't
Because by the end of the
know.
movie, that bird makes a surprise cameo appearance. Aha! I'm back, fucker. But yeah, at the same time, he's like the crime boss is like shooting him with a fire hose, trying to knock him off the
God,
building,
it was
and like
brutal.
anything, anything that can happen to this guy is literally happen. Like,
I'm
oh my
surprised he didn't
god,
shit his
could
pants.
you? I'm surprised he made it all the way around the damn building. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
me too.
But at the same time, it's kind of a haha sucker. I made it around the building. Oh, guess what? Now it's your turn, bitch.
Yeah,
And
like,
he,
yeah.
he ends up forcing the crime boss out on the ledge to do the same damn thing. And that's when, lo and behold, he starts inching around the building, and all of a sudden, the pesky
Birds.
pigeon with the big pecker shows up and starts pecking at his feet.
Yeah. I was not
And
sad when that guy fell off that building.
no, I'm like, motherfucker, you deserve that shit. And it was a long way down, and very poor '80s special effects. Like you can tell that was all green screen,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
but that
Um,
was the beauty of the '80s.
yeah. This one had a nice little plot twist, though. I did appreciate that. The Johnny's girlfriend being the mob boss's wife, and then he kicks over the money bag and her head rolls out of it. Like, oh my god. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, no, that kind of did sort of come out of nowhere.
But yeah, that's I I feel like that's probably my favorite story out of the 3, just because I like that the guy survives and then the bad guy gets what's coming to him. Like, I love it.
Yeah, it's one of the I think it's one of the first couple stories in the book as well. So that's the beautiful part about Night Shift is it's got like 20 something stories in it,
Yeah.
and none of the stories, with like maybe one or two exceptions, are more than like 10 to 12 pages.
Yeah.
So, you
Nice.
know, if you want to read some fucked up king shit and don't and you fear reading books like it or The Stand that are 1,500 pages, go pick up freaking Night Shift. You can read fucked up shit in little 10-page little blurbs.
I got out The Shining to reread that before we start the next book in October, but now I'm thinking maybe I should read Night Shift instead. I have to think about it.
You honestly could probably read both in no time at all. I mean, The Shining will go fast just because you've read it 57 times.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it'll
Not
go fast.
not complaining. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
And Night Shift is definitely one of those books. I think if I remember correctly, um, Children of the Corn
I think so. It's
is
in that one,
is
yeah.
yeah, it's in there. I think it's the longest of the short stories that's in there.
Okay.
And I believe
We'll
that's
do
the
that.
one that Trucks is in too. So
Oh, is Trucks in Night Shift? Why did I think Trucks was in? All
he's got a wealth of
right, well, never
freaking
mind. Yeah,
other like short story collections, but
yeah.
um,
I still
yeah,
have to
it's
read that plane one. I can't
the
remember who he did it
Langoliers,
with. Huh?
4 past midnight.
That's not what I'm talking about, but yeah,
That tattoo.
nice.
So
All right.
and bringing it home for the movie, we've got one more story to talk about. Drew Barrymore with her fucked up mother.
That one was a bitch.
I'm not gonna lie, I would never hit a woman, but that chick was pushing her luck.
Yeah.
Like I understand the whole idea of, I don't want you to have a stray animal.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But you don't have to be a bitch about it to the fucking cat and treat the cat. I mean,
I
I
know.
literally was waiting for her to freaking do to the cat what fuckwad did to the pigeon on the building.
Yeah. And then when everything happens with the bird, instead of comforting her daughter, she's like, "See, I told you. I told you this would happen." Like, you bitch.
And okay, so this is like 1985. This is like what 5 or 6 year old Drew Barrymore. She's
Yeah.
not very freaking. Her character is not very old. She's not very old as a person in real life, and then literally like she's going through a traumatic loss of losing her parakeet. And see,
Yeah.
I told you, bitch. Can you
Rude.
not at least comfort your daughter for 5 seconds before you do the whole hiccups?
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, be the whole freaking know-it-all bitch.
So the when I was a kid, this part actually did make me scared of cats for a while. Even though you find out it's not the cat that's stealing the kid's breath, the dad brings that up, and then there are like, urban legends or, native tales or
Mhm.
whatever, of stuff like that. Because I remember researching it in the library, kids, with a Clark catalog. um, but yeah, that scared
No
me for a
Google.
while. Dewey Decimal System. Nobody even knows what that is.
I've almost forgotten what that is because I'm getting so old. But Harvey's older.
That is true.
But no, definitely that was probably my favorite aspect of the whole thing was the fact that they try and get you to think that, you know, possibly it could be the cat, but it's not the cat. It's that little.
It's like a miniature troll, which is already a miniature something.
Yeah, I know what they call it in the movie, and I'm not comfortable saying that name.
Oh, okay. I don't know what they, but um okay, so that little monster was fucking creepy, but also funny. Like the
Oh,
first
it
time
was.
we comes out, he goes running back into the his little hiding place, and he's like, "Meow." Ah, it killed me. And his death scene was also amazing.
Check your phone.
Like round and round and round and round and round and round on the record player, and then whoosh
Oh, that
into the
was
fan.
the most hilarious freaking final death in a movie.
Yeah,
They're like, he's literally like holding on to the record, and the cat turns the record player on, and it starts playing, of course,
yeah.
every breath you take, blah blah blah. Blah. Every breath you take, play it faster. So he kicks up the freaking speed on the, and it starts. And it
Sorry.
gets to the point where the cat turns the speed up on the record like 3 different levels, and it literally sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks
Yeah,
singing creepy stalker songs
I'll be watching you.
before the little troll-ish thing goes flying across the room into the freaking
Fan.
fan.
That was brutal. I'm kind of sad when we did our top 5 horror movie deaths that that one didn't come back to me because that's actually a good one. That is brutal.
Well, and when her parents finally break through the door to come in and save her, and they finally figure out where the thing went, and then the dad kneels down in front of the fan, and there's like guts and body parts chopped up all over the floor right in front of it.
His teeny tiny little knife.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you were telling the truth.
Yeah,
Eh, eh.
I love her attitude there when she's like, "Yeah, he came in right here, just like I said he did." I was like, "Yes, girl, yes. You tell your
Get it?
parents. See, I fucking told you."
So
Uh, good one.
yeah. So as a whole, what would you say you liked about the movie in general?
I mean, I'm a sucker for anthology stuff like this, like, Creep Show and you know, well, the original Creep Show except for the last one, but I like, the Creep show that they did on Shutter, and just I think anthology stories like this are fun. Um, there's been rumors and talks and supposedly stuff's happening that Halloween is going to be turned into a TV series, and I really, really hope they do an anthology thing because I think that would just be amazing. Um,
Well, initially, that's what John Carpenter wanted to do,
exactly, exactly.
which is why we got Season of the Witch. But
I mean,
I don't. I'll still say, argue until I'm blue in the face. I don't think America was ready for what
definitely not.
John
Yeah.
Carpenter wanted to deliver.
Definitely not, but and it's too bad because as much as I love the Halloween franchise, I'm so like I think about and get interested in what it could have become if the anthology thing had taken off. But, whatever.
It could have walked so American Horror Story could run.
Exactly. So
And
anyway,
I
yeah,
feel like now that we've gotten American Horror Story has been so successful,
yeah,
I feel like America gets the concept of anthology
right.
storytelling a lot better. I think in 85 or whenever, I don't think the general public was ready
Yeah,
for that type of. It's just like, oh well, wait a minute. Why is the last time we saw a Halloween movie, it was this, but yet now
yeah,
it's not. What the hell? And by then, people get their mindset that this is hot garbage and aren't
yeah.
willing to change their minds. Which is where I was for a long. I've softened my thoughts on Season of the Witch in the
Because
last
it's a
couple of years.
fucking classic. Yes, it has the unfortunate part of being tied to Michael Myers movies and the Halloween franchise when it really shouldn't be, but it is because that's what John Carpenter tried to do. It was his baby, it was his project, and that sucks for him. But if you
Mm.
separate it, just like I do between the movie The Shining and the book The Shining, I could treat them as completely separate works of art. If you do that for Seasons of the Witch, that movie is fantastic. And that's actually one I would like to see remade because I think with better technology, it could look a lot better. I mean, that looked good for 1985 for sure, but I just think a
Oh yeah.
updated version would be cool.
Well, you know my opinion of Season of the Witch, and like I said, I have softened my level of hatred for that movie a lot
Just a
in the
little.
last couple of years.
Thanks to
But
me, I hope.
pretty much, I mean, not like I'll be softening your opinion on Freddy 2 anytime soon. but we'll get to that eventually on
I
what
thought we
we
had
think.
a shared opinion on that. So yeah, we'll have to talk about that later.
You know, yeah, that movie, hot fucking garbage.
Okay, then yeah, I'm not going to soften my opinion on that. You don't even like it. If you really liked it, I'd try to
Okay,
give it a chance for you, but no.
maybe I'll try and soften your opinion on Dream Child or Freddy's Dead.
Okay, that could be, yeah, that could be because those are, oh, they're bad. Okay, anyway, sorry. So I
So,
I like this. I like the anthology thing. I think it's cool. I thought, the stories were original and sadistic and fun, but also scary. I mean,
mm,
especially like the first two, because those are like real life ish scenarios. The third one, a little monster coming out of your wall and sucking all your breath out, like that's not really going to happen. It was still scary, but the other two were like, you know, damn, I better never cross paths with the mafia. And Jesus, I hope I don't ever pick up a vice that I have to quit or people will die. Like, and I like the little kitty cat.
exactly.
I like the little kitty, intertwining them all. It's not a fantastic
Search.
movie, but yeah. But like I said, it was a favorite of mine growing up. It's one that we watched over and over and over. And I'm actually sad that it's like fallen off the map so bad. Like people don't even really know about it.
This is definitely one of those movies that I feel like is an underrated classic of his.
Yeah.
Like, and I know a lot of people can get behind this statement as well, but a lot of his stuff doesn't get quote unquote faithful adaptations, and we've talked
Yeah.
about that a lot in the last 4 years. So I won't dig too much deeper into that. But I mean, for the most part, there's not a whole lot of source material to go with
Yeah.
for Quitters Inc. and The Ledge, so it kind of sort of fits really well into the whole concept of
Yeah.
an anthology movie. So, but it's nice that you can find a creative way to do these two fairly faithful adaptations of a King short story, and then
Yeah.
find the creative way of tying it together. Scissors, and have it all come together and make sense. So,
Yeah. It feels very Tales from the Crypt or Creep Show esque.
mhm,
And so, and that was just starting to become popular. So I think Cat's Eye was on the back end of that where like it was just kind of starting, but yeah, you got Creep Show and you got Tales from the Crypt, and then I don't know, it seems like people didn't do that stuff for a while, and then you got American Horror Story. I'm sure I'm missing something, but you know,
yeah. So, well, and you and I grew up on just shit like Creepshow and Tales from the Crypt and all of that. So,
love Tales from the
you know,
Crypt so much.
I mean, I did send you that Halloween or that birthday gift,
I
Christmas gift,
know.
a couple years ago.
I still watch them. I might go watch
Uh,
that after we get done here.
oh,
Turn
twist
on
my
some Tales
arm.
from the Crypt to hold me over till later.
I've got, I've got the whole series on DVD, so I can. I'm honestly surprised HBO Max does not, or Max, not HBO anymore, doesn't have that on
Me too.
because
Yeah.
that's like one of their OG TV series. Is fucking pay some respect to the damn show that is part of the reason why you still even have a damn network.
Like, can you please just give us Tales from the Crypt and Taxi Cab Confessions? Like, that's all I'm asking. I don't think
Exactly.
it's that much to ask.
No, but yeah. So definitely, Cat's Eye is a very 1980 esque movie. The music is very 80 esque. The special effects obviously are in that same style, but I mean, I don't think you can fault the studio for using the effects that they had at their disposal at the time. They didn't
Yeah, I mean,
have
it's
the
practical
advancement.
effects. It's what you've got.
Yeah, they didn't have CGI and all of that back then. So I won't use that stuff to, you know, hamper my rating for the movie. But if you were going to rate the movie out of 5,
Um,
what would you give the movie?
Before I do that, I wanted to go back to the music for a second, and I think I messaged you this last night, but how the hell did Alan Silvestri not sue anybody over this? The filler music in between the stories is so Back to the Future. Like there's like maybe a 5 or 6 second part of it that sounds exactly like the Back to the Future score. And I'm like, how did they get away with that? And I can't remember how it
Especially
goes now,
considering
but
it's like, yeah, I literally just watched it this morning,
yeah.
and um, I made the connection. Like, oh, that's what Amanda's talking about. And
Yeah, because
the
it
stupid
sounds
thing
just
is
like it.
these movies literally came out at the same time. So it's
Yeah.
like, how you can't play the whole, oh well,
Oh.
Back to the Future was forgotten.
um, Fun fact, Alan Silvestri didn't sue anyone because he was the composer for this movie.
Oh, that would.
I
Uh,
had to Google it and I was like, oh, all right, that makes sense.
so the
I'm
the
sure there are
reason
people
why,
listening right now going, you guys are fucking stupid. How come
please,
Alan
please,
Silvestri didn't sue
please,
Alan Silvestri?
oh, I mean, it could
Sorry.
happen. Please don't leave us and think that we're stupid and never come back. We're generally not this stupid.
Yeah, it's only me. I'm the stupid one.
Wow.
Oh man, that was great. Okay. If
What
I'm gonna rank the
fucking
movie,
the movie nerds just literally just shot themselves in the foot.
yeah, somebody is definitely screaming, that is Alan Silvestri too, you tool. That's fair. I deserve
Well,
it.
and you would think it would make sense that an Alan Silvestri sounding score obviously was composed by Alan Silvestri, but yeah, we didn't dig deep enough to come up with the knowledge on that. So we
Yeah, that
apologize. We will do our homework better for next week's episode.
I bet most of the people watching didn't even know that, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Watching, listening, however you're doing it. Okay. If I am going to rate this movie, I have a different opinion objectively than I do personally because objectively, it's not really a great movie. It's fun, it's fine, it's probably a 3. But personally, because the nostalgia and it was a childhood favorite of mine, I'm gonna give it 4 tiny troll knives.
I'm in a lot of ways in the same boat you are. If I was to go as a quote unquote professional, yeah, I'd probably go 3. But
Yeah.
enjoyment, personal nostalgia purposes, and all of that, yeah, it's easily probably, you know, uh, I'm gonna go 4 crispy paws out of 5.
Oh no, not the kitty cat. That made me
Well,
so mad. Why are
I
you torturing
mean,
that damn cat?
it is cat's eye.
Well, that's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
I didn't want to go obvious and go. I'm gonna give it 4 cat's eyes out of 5.
Well, yeah.
The crispy paws make it that much more.
Yeah,
I
he's
won't
fine.
say
He's crispy.
enjoyable, but
Yeah, so this movie is definitely, in my opinion, an underrated 80s gem. It doesn't get much attention compared to Stephen King's other movies, but it's definitely not the worst. I mean, I
oh
probably
no,
wouldn't I probably wouldn't put it, over 500, but I would definitely say it's not the worst. It might be in the lower half, but it's not the worst of the movies by far.
no, and I mean it's at the same time. I don't necessarily even think Maximum Overdrive is the worst King movie as well either. But
No.
you know, it's just not going to get.
Dark Tower, Dead Zone. Dead Zone's
Mhm.
not terrible, I guess. Oh, sorry. Um,
So we
Stand.
have. I will fight you.
Okay.
We
Okay.
will tune in next week for our heated discussion on the quality of said movie.
There are elements of the story that I don't think belong, and that's the book and the movie. So we'll discuss. Sometimes King goes
Well,
overboard.
yeah, there was elements of the beginning of the book when I was going back through and rereading it where I'm like, the way he's talking, I'm betting the girls are going to tap out really freaking quickly.
It's a plague story. It's a you know um and what is the word I'm looking for?
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Thank you. It's an apocalypse story. Why does there have to be supernatural, benevolent, and malevolent characters that are going against each other, and the people have to take like that? Just wasn't necessary. But whatever.
We'll discuss next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. All right.
So, but definitely, if you have not seen this movie, we highly recommend you pick it up. It is so choice.
If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up for three
I
ninety
mean,
nine
it's
on
not like it's
Amazon
that
Prime.
expensive. Yeah, or $6.99 on the same website, and
To
just
buy
buy it,
it.
and then you can watch it whenever you want.
Yeah.
So,
And what's crazy is we really haven't spoiled anything. Like we have
no.
talked about the movie and what's happened, but you can still watch it and have a good time, in my opinion. Like,
Oh yeah, this is definitely not one of those complex movies that's like, oh darn, you spoiled it, and now I can't watch it ever. No, you can still
yeah, there's no
easily
I
sit
see
back
dead
and
people moment. It's not that serious.
no. So,
Is that going to come up
um,
tonight? Okay.
I mean, I feel like it should be one of those. Yeah, we should just make the rule that we don't need to go down that road because at the same time, we all know it's one of the great horror movie twists of all time.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, show.
So, but this was always a lot of fun. And obviously, we cannot leave without saying thank you to the listeners each and every week for being here. You guys are fucking incredible, even to the same extent that, and I have the number sitting here right in front of my face. Like, so I don't have today's number, obviously, but grand total for the
What?
last 3 episodes of Stephen King Birthday Bonanza, you guys have viewed the episodes like 568 times. So
Nice.
definitely a huge number for our little fledgling independent podcast. So thank you guys for being here each and every week. You guys are incredible. Coming up on the SIP list, Amanda, do you have any news that you would like to share?
Yes, we are actually recording an episode tonight, and if you're watching this right now, you can watch the SIP list tonight at 8:15ish Central Time. And we will be counting down our top 5 favorite horror movie plot twists. Um, so that should be fun. There's going to be 4 of us, maybe 5. One of the horror squad members didn't actually confirm, but we're going to see. I think we're going to have some overlapping stuff, but I'm really hoping, like, especially Chansey, that Chansey brings like you know, the low
Oh,
key.
Chansey will go off the wall
So
with some. You know good and hell well, Chansey Grife will freaking shock the world with all of his freaking picks.
yeah, I was actually watching a movie that will be one of my top fives, and I was like, man, I did not see that coming. And then I was like, this will be a good sip list topic. So that's coming up, and hopefully more horror stuff for October because tis the season. And yeah,
'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
or as Taylor Swift says, tis the damn season. She has a song called that. It's actually a
Well,
really good song. Anyway,
at the same time, we will call all our Starbucks lovers. So,
we can
yes,
call it even. You can call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. Write this down. Okay, sorry. There you go.
for
You know you
all of
want
you for all of you Swifties, I did make a Tay Tay reference. That's the one you get. So,
Starbucks lovers. That's the easy one. Now I want Starbucks. Okay.
well, DoorDash.
Nah.
So, coming up on an evening at the movies, we will be wrapping up Stephen King Birthday Bonanza 4 next week with the return of everybody's favorite banana. Miss Shanna will be here to discuss the 1994 miniseries, The Stand. And then we will be rolling into Halloween Horror Fest.
Yup.
And oh God, I've got the list. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Hereditary, Scream 2, and I believe there's two other movies, and I don't remember what they are right off the top of my head. So, but you guys don't need a whole drawn out long list for me. You get that normally every week anyway.
Can I suggest? Can I suggest that next year we either pick a month for this or we do it during October? Um, Horror comedy month. 'Cause there's so many good ones.
I don't see a reason why we can't. I mean, we could literally take Halloween Horror Fest and flip it around and reinvent it and do horror comedies.
I want to do my best friend's a vampire so bad. I really really want to do that. And Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, I literally have no problem with either of the two of those. I love both of those movies.
And
So
Freaky was really good. Totally Killer on Prime. If you haven't watched that, Totally Killer was really cute. It was fun. Anyway,
there is so many great horror comedies out there,
yeah.
and not trying to kick the Wayans brothers while they're down, but you can obviously go at, oh, horror comedy, Scream, or a scary movie, but there's still so
There's so
much
many
out
others.
there that I wouldn't even say are quote unquote better, but at the same time, because it's what Amanda and I say, some of these other stuff that we're talking about walked so scary movie could run.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many fun ones that we could do, and then mostly, like I said, I just really want to do my best friend's a vampire. But yeah, I mean,
I mean, you still want to do Buffy.
oh yeah, I still want to do Buffy. Gremlins is kind of a good one. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was pretty interesting. Yeah, there's
If
just The
if
Blackening.
if we don't get to Gremlins in December,
Yeah, Beetlejuice. So
see,
yeah, there's a lot.
I feel like by then I will finally get around to getting to see it. Now that I we can discuss the details of why I can't see that until hmm, it streams later. But
We don't have a movie
but
theater.
well, no, that but
Oh, okay.
off off air. Um, you can for you can find stay updated. You can follow us on all the socials, and we will update everybody as to what's coming up and when it's coming up as well. Also, I made a promise that we have a potential new listener who would like us to do a certain episode or a certain movie, and I
For
promised her
the
we would find a
lovers.
way to get it we would find a way to get it on the schedule as quickly as possible. So um, it may pop up as a bonus episode in October, but Amanda and I will be watching and discussing the Notebook. So
What do you want? I wrote you every day for a year. Okay. Anyway.
so with all of that said, like I said, follow. You can find us on all the social medias. Um, Other than that, this was a lot of fun. Thank you
Yep.
for being here an hour and a half later, co-host.
Thanks.
Would you like to take us home?
Yeah, thanks everybody that watched and commented, and thanks for everybody that's listening. And we hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
Deuces.
Vote for Amanda.